Pre-optometry students have a lot of things to consider leading up to optometry school. In this video, I'm going to share some of my favorite tips for pre-optometry students so they can excel during their optometric journey. Hey guys, it's Dr. Ryan Corte, and this is Ryan Reflects. On this channel, I share with you actionable personal development content as well as my thoughts on trending topics and common life experiences. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Also, throughout any point in the video, make sure you check out the notes and links in the description below. First, determine if optometry is the right profession for you. I strongly recommend that every pre-optometry student does a lot of research on the front end. This is an investment, right? You're going to put a lot of money into your education, so take the time to scour the internet for all the information you can find on optometry. See if you can shadow an optometric clinic or volunteer for organizations that help others with eye care services. And if you can, work in an optometry office. Get a job during the summer or on the weekends and truly get involved in an optometric practice. It's the best way to learn. Next, are you a good candidate for optometry school? Every optometry school candidate must meet a certain threshold of criteria when it comes to their grade point average, their OAT scores, and of course their involvement. But I'm gonna let you know that don't worry about this too much, because at the end of the day, you wanna be a well-rounded, balanced candidate. What do I mean by that? If your grades aren't exactly where you were hoping they would be, but you scored well in the OATs and you were really involved and you have great volunteer experience, fantastic. And same with vice versa. If maybe your GPA was much higher and your OAT scores were a little bit lower, that's okay as long as you're a well-rounded candidate and you have a good story of why you're coming in and why you're committed to being an optometrist. Next, research optometry schools. Every optometry school is different. So as an optometry candidate, a pre-optometry student should look into all the information there is about each program on the internet, on social media. If you have the opportunity to, go in person to a scheduled visit. A lot of these programs have open houses. You want to make sure you know where you're going and why you're going there. Also, something to consider is that there are many private institutions and there are in-state institutions. If you're a pre-optometry candidate that has an optometry school in the state that you reside in, I strongly recommend that that be your number one choice because you're going to save yourself a lot of money on in-state tuition. Do me a favor, and if you're getting value out of this video, hit that like button. Next, crunch the numbers. It's one thing to get into optometry school, it's another thing to really consider your return on investment. So make sure that you crunch the numbers and take a look at what is your tuition cost going to look like? What is it going to cost you to live during the 4 years of optometry school? And what is your return on investment going to be? What is your income potential? And how can you plan to go ahead and knock down your student loans as quickly as possible after graduation? Next, join your school's pre-optometry group. Most undergrads have a pre-optometry group, and if they don't, start one. You can definitely start one and start to surround yourself with people that are interested in optometry as a profession. You can support each other on your journey. Not to mention, you can bring in guest speakers, which is something I found to be extremely valuable during my pre-optometry journey. Next, apply to optometry school early. As soon as you have the opportunity to start your Optom CAS application, I recommend that you do so because it's going to take some time to get all of those documents and all that information organized. Also, don't apply to every school across the board. Only apply to schools that you are genuinely interested in interviewing and possibly going. Most optometry schools work on a rolling application, which essentially means that they are admitting people as soon as applications start and they're doing interviews. So if you wait a lot longer in the process, you're competing for fewer seats because a lot of those seats have been given away earlier in the year. So apply early. Next, accept the best optometry school for you. You've done the heavy lifting, you've interviewed, and you've been accepted to a number of optometry school programs. Now you got to figure out where you're going to go. Base it on cost. Did you receive any scholarships? What was your gut feeling when you walked into the school and the program and during the interview process? How did you feel after? Go with your gut and you will not choose the wrong school. Next, put together a 4-year budget. It never hurts to start thinking dollars and cents before you walk into optometry school. What do I mean by that? Of course, you're gonna have to apply for a lot of financial aid, or the vast majority of you will. You'll wanna think about what is your tuition cost and your living expenses? What is this going to cost you over the 4 years? So you can really think and live like a student, which is very financially savvy. Next, live close to campus. There are gonna be a lot of options on where you can live during optometry school. And the reason I recommend living close to campus is you're gonna spend a ton of time in the classroom, in practicals, and in the clinic. You do not wanna waste time on the commute. You do not wanna catch the worst rush hour traffic on your way home. Time is of the essence, so live very close to the school. Next, connect with classmates before you arrive. Most optometry programs will allow you to join and will share with you your optometry school class Facebook page. And that Facebook page will bring you together with a lot of your classmates so you can get to know each other before you even arrive on campus. You can figure out who you're gonna room with and who are gonna be some of your study buddies. You can also find them on social media. You know, a lot of people are very active on Instagram about their pre-optometry school journey. So make sure you connect with your potential classmates before you get there. You're gonna hit the ground running as soon as you do. This last one's absolutely critical, but enjoy the time you have before optometry school begins. Trust me, I've been there and I know the feeling. You wanna walk into optometry school completely prepared, but do not stress about having all your ducks in a row before you get there. Do not worry. Enjoy life leading up to it. That includes the rest of undergrad and the summer before optometry school, because guess what? Those summers are few and far between after you start school. And from here on out, you're gonna be studying, you're gonna be working, and you're gonna be very busy in life. So enjoy yourself. What questions do you have about the pre-optometry school process? Let me know in the comments below, and stay tuned for my next video where we can reflect and grow stronger together.